In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your real estate investor website with REI Blackbook in less than 30 minutes. Hey, it's Josh Harris here with REI Blackbook, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to get your real estate investor website set up. It's so quick and easy that you could do it on your lunch break. The best part about it is you don't need to know how to write any code. You don't need to be super technical. As long as you could follow some simple instructions, you'll be able to get your site up in less than 30 minutes. If you're new to the REI Blackbook YouTube channel, what we talk about is everything marketing and technology when it comes to real estate investors. So if you haven't already done so, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you get notified when new videos are published. So let's talk a little bit about why you need a website for your real estate investing business. Number one, you need a place where people can find you online. What's going to happen is whether they get direct mail, maybe they hear about you from a friend, they're going to go and they're going to Google your business name. Think about how you buy services and products, how you go into research mode when you need a service provider, whether it's a lawn care service, you're shopping around for mortgages or health insurance, you go and you Google that business. So you need somewhere where somebody can find you online, and you need to feel good about that website. It needs to look good, it needs to function well, and it needs to work on a mobile device because the majority of people nowadays are doing their searches on their mobile phone. Now let's talk about what actually happens when somebody gets to your website. How do you get them to actually fill out the form? How do you get them to turn from a site visitor to an actual lead? Now, we recently published a post and shot a video to talk about the 10 elements of a high converting real estate investor website. And I'll make sure that we link to that below. But the fact of the matter is you want a website that doesn't just look good, but it also functions the way that it should, meaning when somebody comes to your website, they get the information they need easily and they can easily contact you if they want to do business with you. So your website should not just be this pretty online brochure. It should actually be a sales tool for your business. And that's what we're going to show you how to set up, a sales tool that will help convert more of your website visitors into leads. So with that said, let's jump into REI Blackbook and let's get started. All right, so once you're inside of your REI Blackbook account, to access your websites, you can just click on View Websites. And if you have a brand new account, it's going to ask you to install your web tools, and this just takes about 60 seconds or so. But I'm going to click on View Websites, and it's going to take me directly to my websites. Now you can see I've got multiple different websites in here. So let's talk about this for a second. Why would you need more than one website for your business? There's a couple different answers to this. Number one, you might be in different markets and you may want to have, STLhomebuyers.com and KChomebuyers.com if you're in St. Louis and Kansas City. You don't have to do it that way. You certainly could have one website that could serve multiple markets, but that might be a reason why you'd want to have multiple websites. Another reason would be if you have a wholesale business, you're going to want to have two different websites, one for motivated sellers and one for your cash buyers where you're actually marketing your properties. You don't want to do that on the same website because you're speaking to two completely different types of individuals. In this particular video, I'm going to show you how to get your motivated seller website set up, but just know in REI Blackbook, you can have multiple different types of websites. And the beautiful thing is we have templates to support all of the different types of real estate that you might be doing. So to get started, click on Create New Site. And you can see here, we're going to choose our templates. We've got multiple different types of website templates that make it really easy to get up and running. So you don't have to go and do a bunch of customization, write a bunch of copy. Everything's pretty much done for you, but I am going to show you how to make the site your own so it doesn't look like every other REI Blackbook user's website out there. So the website that I'm going to select, the template I'm going to select is called Acquire Sellers because that's what we're trying to do. We're setting up a motivated seller website. So I'm going to click on Build Site. It's just going to tell you everything that's going to get built out. We're going to click Yes, let's do it. And this process takes about 60 to 90 seconds. So I'm going to refresh this page once my website is created, and we'll dive in and I'll show you how to customize your site and to get it ready for visitors so you can start capturing motivated seller leads. All right, so as you can see, this site is being built, and if I refresh the page, it should be ready to go. Yep, so now my website has officially been built. So if we jump inside of here, so I can just click on this main icon here, and it's going to take me directly into my website control panel. And there's a few things that you're going to want to do here. Number one, we're going to give it, which is called a nickname, which is literally just the name of your site. And this is just for internal purposes. Because again, You might have multiple different websites, so it's nice to be able to know, which seller site is which. So we're just going to call this one STL Cash Offers. All right, so my company name, we'll just say is STL Cash Offers, and my market city is St. Louis, state is Missouri, and all this information is going to populate directly into the website. So this is why you want to fill this out. Here's my contact information. Please don't call me. Let's see. This is... All right, so you got my name, my email, my phone number, my business address, city, state, and zip code. Now, if you're operating out of your house and you don't have a business address that you want to list, you can remove this and it will just say, your city, state, and zip. I do recommend, though, for search engine purposes, if you have an office address, you definitely want to make sure that you're putting your office address in here. All right, so we're going to click Save Merge Field Data. And again, what this is going to do is anywhere on your website, you can use these merge fields, and the company name or the, your name or your business city is going to merge into your website. So why would you want to do this? One of the reasons is because maybe right now you're using your cell phone for your contact information, but after you get into REI Black Book, you realize we have a business phone system. You get your business phone number set up, which we highly recommend that you do. You can come in here and you can just change your phone number right here, and it updates all across your website, which saves you a bunch of time. You don't have to go into a bunch of individual pages and update that information. Next, you can manage your pages, you can write blog posts, you can edit your menu, you can edit your theme, and then you can add tracking codes. So tracking codes are things like Google Analytics, Facebook tracking pixels. You can add those to your website, so you can track website visitors, you can use Facebook retargeting ads. But what I want to do right now is just jump into the website. So a nice thing about the way that our websites work is you can build your website before actually adding a domain name to it, which means you can customize it, you can add anything that you need, add your logo, things like that, before actually attaching your domain name. So we give you this little subdomain to build your website on. So if I click here, you can see that a few things have happened. So our market city has automatically merged in. We will need to add a web form so people can give us their information. I'll show you how to do that real quick. We'll need to add our logo. I'll show you how to do that real quick. If you don't have a logo, we've got an easy solution for that. You can also see if I scroll all the way down to the bottom, all my contact information is merged in here. It's also applied on the About Us page and other pages on your site. So there's a blog page, there's an About Us page, a contacts page, and a Get My Cash Offer page. But we want to drop a web form right here, add our logo, and I'll show you how to go in and do some basic customization as well if you feel the need. But the site is pretty much ready to use out of the box once we get a couple things added. So the first thing I'm going to do is just click on Advanced Theme Customize, and I'm going to go in and add my logo. So I'm going to go to Header and Header Logo. Now, if I don't have a logo, I can just use text, and it's going to automatically merge my company name in, but I can also just type in STL Cash Offers, and that will work just fine for now. If, though, you do have a logo that you want to add, we can do that. Just select the image, and I should have a logo in here somewhere. Let me find it. Let's see, we'll use this one right here. And I'm going to add it to my Retina section as well. And you can reduce the size of the logo, but I'm going to keep that now just for demonstration's sake. So I'm going to click on Save and Publish and hop back here, and you can see that my logo is now added. Now, if I want to create a web form, the nice thing about REI Black Book is that all of our tools communicate with each other. So this is an all-in-one platform. So your website is going to be able to capture leads and deliver those leads directly to the CRM. It's going to be able to automatically follow up with contacts, all in one solution. So if I go to Web Tools and click on Web Forms, you can see I've got a bunch of web forms already created, but I'm just going to create one real quick just to show you how easy it is to do. So I'm going to say STL Cash Offers, and we'll say Demo. create the new web form, and by default, you've got a name and email. So I want to drag out 2 more fields. One's going to be an address field, and we're going to use this single field address field. So that auto-populates. I'm going to make it required. So when somebody starts typing in like 123, it's going to auto-populate the address. What I like to do is make these columns 3 columns just so it shortens the web form, so it doesn't look like as big of a web form. So we're going to do name, email, and then I'm also going to drag out the phone number, make this required, make it a 3-column row, and it's going to automatically opt them in to receive text messages and voice broadcasts from us. I can change the button text here. So we'll say get my cash offer. I could change the button color if I wanted to, make it a different shade of blue, or any color for that matter. We'll use this shade of blue. And then the next thing I want to do is it's going to ask me if I want to run a workflow. And so in this video, I'm not going to show you how to create a workflow, but basically what a workflow does is it says after somebody opts in, what do you want to happen? So I want them to receive a text message. I want them to automatically receive an email confirmation that we got their information. I want to be notified, or somebody on my team to be notified that we got a new lead so we can follow up with that person immediately. So you can actually send text messages to yourself. You can send text message notifications to folks on your team. I'm going to choose the seller site flow, and this is just the name of this this workflow, and I'll get in and show you what this does. It's then going to ask me what phone number do I want text messages to come from. I've got a bunch of different phone numbers in here. These are my REI Blackbook phone numbers. These are call tracking phone numbers, so I'm just going to use this phone number. This is the number that a text message is going to be sent from. If I want to receive notifications of submission, I can put my email in here. I can also put other people's email in here if I want, my acquisition manager or something like that to get notified. Click save. And then we can also customize the thank you message, or we can choose what page we want somebody to be redirected to after they submit the form. So I'm just going to use this default thank you message for now. Click save. And then if I wanted to embed this on a different website, I could do that, but we're going to put it on our REI Blackbook website that we just created. So I'm going to click publish changes. All right, now jumping back into my website, if I click on edit page, this is the beautiful thing about REI Blackbook websites is there's a visual front end builder. So I can get in here and I can change any information that I want. So if I wanted to say something different on here, instead of saying, we buy houses in any condition and pay cash, we could just say, we'll make you a fair as is cash offer. I can make that update really easily. And then I can add my web form right here. So I'm going to click on add content in the top right hand corner, click on lead capture modules. So again, all of this is built in, which is really nice. Just drag out a web form, and by default, it's going to have me, it's going to select the most recent web form that we created, but you can choose any web form that you have in your system. I'm going to click save. All right, and now you can see that my web form has been added to the site. So if I click on done, and I click publish changes, I can go and as a seller, as somebody comes to your website, they can type in their address and you can see it auto-populates, which is really nice. I'm just gonna say, yep, this is the property I'm looking to sell. My name's Josh Aris. My email is jma053@gmail.com. Actually, let me use a different email so you can. This way it will create a brand new contact record for you to see. I'm going to click get my cash offer, and this little notification is going to pop up that just says, hey, thank you, we've received your information. Now, jumping back into my REI Blackbook account, I can see that I got a new lead. Again, this is an all-in-one platform, so everything's built in, which is really nice. I can see that lead was Josh Aris. This was the property they submitted. If I click on the contact record, it's going to take me directly to that contact record, and you'll be able to see that this property has been captured. You'll be able to see that a workflow has been triggered And so if I want to see what the workflow is, I can click on flow history, and it's going to show that the next scheduled step is to apply a tag. So it usually takes a few seconds for this to happen. So a tag will be applied. The seller will receive a text message that basically says, hey, thank you so much for your submission. We've received your info and we're working on your offer. They'll also receive an email. And then the people on your team that need to be notified that you got a new lead will be notified. So this process is very easy. As you can see, it's very easy to get your website up and running. You could literally do it on your lunch break if you wanted to. There's a ton of videos inside of REI Blackbook that will walk you through this process in more granularity. It'll show you more specifically what you need to do, but the whole process shouldn't take more than 30 minutes to get up and running. Now, you could spend hours and hours customizing your site. You can even reach out to the REI Blackbook team and we will build your site for you and do customizations for you, but it's not necessary. You can do it all yourself, and everything's built in one. So you get your phone system, you get your website, your CRM, everything works together. So if you'd like to learn more about REI Blackbook and you'd like to see how the system might work for your business, if you're looking to get a new website, or if you have an existing website that you'd like to transition to REI Blackbook, our team can help you do that. If you'd like to learn more, you can book a demo. There's a link below this video, and our team will jump in and we'll show you exactly how REI Blackbook can work in your business. Again, click the link below, just give us your information and book a call with a member of our team. We'll let you know how REI Blackbook can work in your business. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit the like button. And if you haven't already done so, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you get notified every time we release a new video. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next video.